Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is our reaction to Beastars episode 5. What happened last time?
I had the theater episode where Legoshi tried to intervene in Bill being all crazy and having rabbit's blood. There was a huge fight, like actual claws and blood type fight on stage in front of everyone. It was kind of him standing up for himself, but also not wanting to be like, yeah, I'm just a carnivore and I'm gonna be an asshole just because of that. So we're kind of at a point where he is figuring out a little bit more about himself.
It's really cool stuff. Really loving this show. And we're just going to get into it. Hope you guys enjoy the reaction and review to this episode of Beastars. Support the official release. Watch it on Netflix. This is Netflix exclusive. We use some of the footage in these reactions to provide context for what we're talking about. Our review, our reaction. But this is not a free alternative to watching it on Netflix. Support the official release. With that, we're getting into this. Hope you guys subscribe. If you want, you can get a week ahead on our Patreon. Patreon.com/BOLDcast for this show and for Naruto and for a bunch of the other stuff we got on our channel. So you can check that out if you're interested and vote on the show that we're going to be watching after this if you want. But let's get into it. Beastars episode 5. Let's go.
What?
What?
Yeah.
She clearly didn't even go. She's just fucking around. She's lying. Probably a good move. Overall. Today's performance. Huh. You could say that. legosi. Is it Ruas?
余計な詮索はしないのが春の美点だろ。来いよ。
Excuse me. What does that mean? Does he just like her? Or is it like connected to legosi in some way? If so, how would he know?
I don't think it has anything to do with legosi.
It doesn't seem like it, but... Ugh.
Okay, there is a world outside of the school. There's a city. They made that?
I guess so. Pretty impressive for high school.
Everything about this school is pretty impressive for high school.
A month already. Concerned enough to bring it up. Or relaxed enough to bring it up, I suppose. Bitch!
I fucking hate her.
The one on the left laughs like an absolute fucking psychopath.
You still dating that guy? Bad move.
Oh my god, relax.
What?
What's her reaction? Just gonna stand there like a psycho? Not moving? What? You haven't slept with anyone, bitch. Exactly. She really does get around if she can't remember that situation. If that didn't strike her as, like, something to remember, then, like...
Her backpack. Or his backpack.
俺は今猛烈に反省しています。ここのところいろいろなことがあったからかなりにビビたる成長をしている気がしていましたが、とんでもありません。歩き出せたと思いきや進んでない。どうした？何も変わってません。俺、女の子に名前すら聞けない。名前ってどうやって聞くんだっけ？王から先に名前を聞く理由ってなんだ？名前ってなんだ？何があったか知らないけど元気出しない。食べないの？大きくなれないよ。食べるます。中間テストやだな。私歴史が一番苦手。
Did she just try and, like, play footsie with him or something?
Is
she trying to kick him? This is so fucking awkward. What? Oh, true. Oh, that's what that is. He's like disappearing. Better late than never, dude. Run! Oh, the smell. Yeah, see, it is Haru. I thought I saw it before. Another great episode. What'd you think of that one?
That one was good. I love. Okay, I was noticing this. When the flowers were on the ground and she was picking them up and still talking, and he was talking in his head and just not doing anything and just standing there like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they don't use the classic, like, anime time of, like, someone can have an entire inner monologue, but everything else is just, like, paused. I like when they don't do that, because then it just emphasizes the fact that he's actually just awkward.
Yeah.
And it's not, like, he's awkward and he can even play it off as being cool because it happens in, like, a split second and then he, like, regains himself. No, he literally stands there.
Like an idiot.
For, like, minutes at a time.
Yeah. Way
too long.
Super awkward.
And is just standing there trying to think of what to do. I think that's way more realistic, like, specifically for his character, that he's, like, he doesn't have the social experience to be able to, like, go through that fast and, like, rely on instincts of just how to talk to people to, like, carry on a conversation in that way.
Yeah.
So it makes total sense, and I really like it.
Yeah, he's super fucking awkward. Yeah, that just how he's awkward is so realistic. Like,
yeah.
Just, like, being a guy in that, like, that, they captured that, like, awkwardness on a first date type of feeling so fucking well. of just, like, he is completely oblivious to the fact that she's, or, like, he's so in his own head, he isn't even noticing that she's, like, picking up on that she's uncomfortable or, like, what she's actually feeling. He's so concerned with the first step of asking her name, and he's, like, is so concerned with a bunch of bullshit that he can't be genuine, so then he comes off like a psycho, because he can't, like, just, they captured it. They fully, were able to display what that feels like, and it's so true. It's awesome.
And I love that she's just like...
Yeah.
And then she's
on
just
the inside, she's screaming.
And it's literally not even her, is, like, the best part. It's literally because she's a rabbit, her, like, survival instincts are just in top gear, like, trying to get the fuck away from him.
It's also not just that she's a rabbit, but it's more he's a carnivore.
Yeah.
It's like that he's a predator animal, so it's tying into, like, the main sort of theme that we're going with, where she's acting on the outside like, oh, everything's fine, but she's just as afraid as anyone else for different reasons. It is a more instinctual thing. That's how they're playing it off in the story, but it is sort of playing into the same thing of everybody's afraid of carnivores, and that's why he's been, like, driven to where he is. But she only feels that way when he isn't being himself, when he doesn't, like, have a genuine moment. So when he gets rid of the whole, I'm a carnivore, I need to, like, so I need to kind of suppress that, I need to, like, be super careful, I need to take care of myself in a certain way, I need to worry about not looking crazy or awkward or stupid, or I need to not, but I also need to worry about looking intimidating because she's a rabbit, because she's so small. But when he forgets all that bullshit and is just himself, then, like, they have that intimate moment where they, like, look at each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's interesting as well. But what's even more interesting is that now, I'm gonna stop saying Ruis. I think it's Louis. When I was listening to them, I think they were saying Louis, because Louis can be spelled with, and they're saying Haru, and they spelled Haru in the text, but we're looking at the description on Netflix.
I thought maybe
and
it was like
Rui.
Rui.
Rui? It's L's and R's are the same in Japanese. That's why it's Haru and Hal, and but Rui isn't a name. Louis is a name, and Haru is also a name. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Haru and Louis from now on. At least I'm gonna try that out. I'm gonna listen to see if I'm right. I'll listen to the next episode if, like, that's actually what they're saying. But I'm pretty sure they're saying Louis. I don't think they're saying Ruis. But regardless, that doesn't matter. What matters is they're fucking, and it seems to be, like you said, disconnected from Legoshi and Haru's relationship. So
yeah, and potentially disconnected even from, like, I don't necessarily get the feeling that he likes her as a person. He's kind of like, oh, the best thing about you is that you don't really, like, care about, like, that I'm the most famous guy.
Is that what he said? What did he say?
I forget exactly what he said, but he's just like that you don't aren't.
What?
I don't know. Let's just look at what he said again. Yeah, minding your own business.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't ask questions and doesn't, like, pry or, like, try and be like, oh, you know, like, all the other girls in the school are, like, fangirls of him.
Mm-hmm.
And would be way too, like, every time he's around. But so he's with her because she doesn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Very interesting. But once again, they're put at odds because already their sort of purposes could, like, the journey that Legoshi is on and the journey that Louis is on are kind of, could like clash at some point. They aren't at the moment. They kind of are, in that, like, Louis is jealous and resentful, and Legoshi is afraid, and, like, eventually, like, where their destinations lie, at some point something is going to clash there, and I think that this is going to be a part of it, because this adds to the sort of building the conflict, the fact that they are both interested in the same girl. Whether Louis is actually interested or is just whatever, there's going to be some, especially on the part of Legoshi, there's going to be some sort of conflict here. And if there isn't, I wonder how that'll turn out, because that would honestly be more interesting, but we'll see. So they're just they're once again they're building that
and then
sort of,
Legoshi is going through his whole, sort of figuring out his own feelings in a way, like, talking about how in the play he really liked that feeling, but he doesn't like that he liked that feeling.
Yeah.
Which is different than just not liking the feeling of being like he likes it, but then feels guilty about it.
Yeah, it's the same old story.
It's the same thing, but then again at the end, when he feels happy, he's learning to not try to restrain that emotion and that feeling, which is good.
Really interesting stuff. I'm ready to just move on to the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. You can get a week ahead on Patreon, but we hope you subscribe. And if you subscribe, you can see the future episodes as they come up on the channel. And leave a like on the video if you enjoyed our reaction and review to Beastars. But we'll see you next time. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye. Thank you to all of our patrons, especially those in the Student Council.
Zenge,
John Ortega,
Aurora,
Lewis,
Christian Bay,
Kage Uzumaki,
Dreadful XR,
Xiao Lao,
Brian,
Handicap Bonkai,
D23L,
Charles Liu,
Jude Caspino Buford,
Nick Psycho,
Michael Wells,
King Mr. Mew,
Rifleman Z51,
Thelmus Celetius,
Brandon Bruce,
Yankee,
Vanonian,
Yuki Ali,
Mord Tarragon,
Josh Carey Gray,
Jordan Agnew,
Lolly Convict,
Redacted,
Zachary Porth,
Mohammed Burnham Ahmed,
Michael E. Zabel,
Callum Forsyth,
Nicholas Woody,
Soma Yukahara,
Dogs Free,
It's Your Boy Dom,
Christian Nielsen,
Phantom,
Quant Tuggle,
Proyectos Informatica,
Sugar Daddy Alex,
Tara.
Hunter Wayne Germany. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next one.